All right. Welcome back to Trolls Toys. Figure reviews, toy hunts, unboxing and rankings, etc. All right, YouTube. Welcome back to Trolls Toys. This week's toy haul, episode 14. And we're starting out with a bunch of 30-second scale vehicles from Jada Toys. We found the Jeep Wrangler, which I thought was pretty cool. That's what I drive, and I remember it from the films at Target. We got the 1977 Pontiac Firebird from Smokey and the Bandit, and Destro and the Hiss Tank from Amazon. And then we ordered for the first time from a site called Pop Market because they had Cobra Commander and the Night Attack Stinger. So we got all four of these 30-second scales to add to our collection. All right, coming in from eBay, we got two figures to add to our Stranger Things display, Shambles. Right, these are both 2018, 2019 by McFarlane Toys. So we got Upside Down Will, who was an exclusive to, I forget which retailer, I think it was Target. Still on card, which I thought was pretty cool. And we got Barb Loose, right? And great deals on both of these, I thought. I didn't have either of these represented in my collection. Still need a Mike, for sure. And then if they made a Steve, we need to look for Steve. But we got Barb and Upside Down Will to add to the Stranger Things display. Coming in from Target, we got Lisa to add to our very small but growing Simpsons collection. We now have Bart, Homer, Lisa, Groundskeeper Willie, and Krusty. Also from Target, not really big into Marvel, but this figure I think is just completely badass. This Rom Space Knight, don't know a lot about him. You saw me find him on a hunt and leave him on the pegs, but he's been popular. So we had a hard time finding him again, but we were finally able to. And if you watched last week's episode of this week's toy haul, we found Braun Strowman at the Grafton Flea Market and realized that this line existed. So we got Stephanie McMahon from the Masters of the WWE Universe on clearance from Walmart.com for $10. Adding to our growing Super 7 collection, we got the Baroness. This is the Baroness in blue from Pop Market for $22. And then we got the Andre the Giant. Whereas like from his time in Japan from Pop Market for $22. Neither out of the box yet, obviously. We'll have to stay tuned for that in future videos. On Sunday, May 11th, Mother's Day, went back out to Legends Video Games and More in Granby, Mass. Did another trade of the Power of the Force figures you saw me find last week from Savers, and some of the clearance figs from FYE. And some of our duplicate WWEs, because like I said, we got rid of some elites and some basics because we're going ultimate, right, for our wrestlers. But we were able to get 3 more of this Masters of the WWE Universe. So we got Becky Lynch. We got the Hot Rod, Rowdy Roddy Piper from Masters of the WWE Universe. And we were able to pick up Goldberg from the Masters of the WWE Universe. And we have Kane en route from Walmart as well. He should be arriving tomorrow. But these 3 we got at Legends Video Games and More in Granby, Mass. Also coming in from Legends, we got this our first foray into Rocky and into Mego toys. But I thought this figure looked pretty sweet. I'm just going to leave it on card, hang it on my wall. The main reason I went back out is because we saw he posted on Facebook he got in some new Ultimates, and it's time. It's Vader time. So I wanted to get this Vader Ultimate to add to my collection. That's why we did the trade. Picked up a bunch of Blu-rays and DVDs because I'm building that collection back up with physical media as well. So not as many toys this time in the trade, but we still got some. All right, also from Legends for our Back to the Future display, we got Ultimate Biff Tanner. Not a figure that I really was dying for, but we got Marty and we got the Doc. So almost about to have a big catastrophe with the turtles. Right, so we got Ultimate Biff Tanner. All right, I'm just ditching the backdrop for now. Also for our Justice League display, not that I'm big on McFarlane, but we do have like a core Justice League members, and I've been missing the Martian Manhunter, so we picked him up from Legends as well. And rounding out our pickups from Legends Video Games and More, we got this Mandalorian. Right, number 94 in the Black Series. One I did not have. I did have it in huge form, They used to sit over on the right-hand side of this desk, but I traded him because he was just massive. It was like one of those gigantic ones from Gentle Giant. So we got the miniature version, 6-inch version now for our display. All right, continuing this week's haul, we went to Kevin's Barnyard Flea Market in Granby, since it's right next door to Legends Video Games and More. Mostly got Blu-rays and DVDs. Only toy we picked up from the Barnyard Flea Market today was the Batman movie, Selena Kyle and Batman with the motorcycle for $4. And I mainly picked it up because I want to steal this motorcycle for my 3 3/4 Joes. All right. Continuing this week's toy haul, episode 14 from Walmart.com. We got Masters of the WWE Universe China. And I guess it's a good thing I'm opening this figure because it's fucking taped shut. And it's in shambles. But I was going to open them anyway. So we got China coming in. All right, I had to go back out. Today is Monday, May 12th. I had to go back out to Western Mass for work, which gave me the opportunity to stop by 3 stops that I found a couple of months back that I like going to, but don't get the opportunity to go to that often. So we started out at Zombie Hideout, and they got a bunch of different stuff. That's mostly where I find wrestling figures. And we got 3 additions to our Legends collection. We got Series 21, the Iron Sheik. We got Series 12, the Junkyard Dog, JYD. And we got Series 10, you can't see me, John Cena. And this maybe is a time when I wasn't watching wrestling, but I got to figure out what's up with this little guy because I don't recall him. But, you know, with Cena retired, I figured I might as well get some Cena figures into the collection. And now I know this is when he was up and coming. All right, after Zombie Hideout in Springfield, Mass, we went to Red 5 Toys and Collectibles in East Longmeadow, Mass. And they had somebody that had traded in some minty 25th anniversary Joes from 2007, 2008. So I had to add some. So we got Serpentor, right? And it's a different Serpentor than I remember, but this card is just crisp. Right, and it is from 2007 Hasbro. I mean, obviously not the original wave. It's celebrating the 25th anniversary, but we were happy to add Serpentor. And at this rate, this might be the closest I ever get to G.I. Joe Classified Series Snow Job, it looks like, because he's outrageously expensive. But we added 25th anniversary Arctic Trooper, codename Snow Job. And he is also from 2007. And you know we had to do it. They had my boy Barbecue, firefighter, codename Barbecue, right? And he's from, shambles, about to be Figtastrophe, 2008. Right, but minty. And then also from Red 5, we picked up this little Lucy. I had to Google lens him because I didn't know who he was. I just thought he looked sort of like Recondo-esque, right? But it says his name's Boomerang Billy by Leonard Toys. And $5. I thought it was worth the gamble. We'll get him out the pack. Yeah, so here's Boomerang Billy out of the package. I don't know. I'm not familiar. I just thought I liked the hat. I liked the stash. I liked the price. I was like, we're gonna gamble with Boomerang Billy. And then also coming in from Red 5, we got this Reed Smith from Chuck Norris Karate Commandos. I thought this one's in better shape than mine. He's $10, so we'll compare them. All right, so here's my Reed Smith that I picked up like earlier this month from the New England, whatever the hell it's called, Toy and Comic Show in North Haven, Connecticut for $5. But he's got a chip missing on his cheek. He doesn't have the weapons, and he's sort of got this lean back stance. And here's the one we picked up from Red 5, $10 a day. I don't know, he's got a chip on his nose, which I did not see. Oh well, what the hell. And he's got to lean back as well. Is that just does Reed just lean back? He might. Otherwise, paint app wise, they are strikingly similar. I do think the one we got from Red 5 today is slightly better. Although he's got the chip on his nose and he's got the chip on his cheek. I'm not sure which one's better. But anyways, now we got two. All right, and then from Red 5 Toys and Collectibles in East Longmeadow, we went to Matt's Sports Cards and Comics in Enfield, Connecticut. And we were able to pick up Reaction Plus, just hanging on the pegs, Fatal Fluffy. Well, I'm not super familiar with, but I think was super popular, and it just says, genetically engineered by Cobra to assume seemingly innocent appearances, but with the silent sound of a special whistle, the Fluffy's true forms are revealed. Tall, furry-haired, horned slave. Drivers that can easily overpower several men. It is unknown who contributed to their design, though Zartan may have had a hand given his mastery over them. So, I don't really recall Fatal Fluffy, but I do think it's a kick-ass figure. It just says Cobra Beast. And then also coming in from Matt Sports Cards and Comics, we got G.I. Joe versus Cobra from 2003. I'm going to move this out of the way because I keep trying to use that and keep almost knocking shit over. But I just couldn't pass up Wild Bill, right? They had a couple more. They had Dr. Mindbender. But it comes with the Instant Play CD-ROM, which includes two cartoon episodes, a PC game, and a comic book on the mission disc, right? So I just figured we had to pick it up. But it looks like they also had Beachhead Recondo, Wild Bill and Firefly, and Roadblock and Dr. Mindbender. And they had Roadblock and Dr. Mindbender there. And he also had, I'm pretty sure it was Beachhead. But the one that I decided to pick up was Wild Bill. All right. And then when we arrived home from our teaching our class in Western Mass, our first order from our neighbors to the north at Toy Snowman arrived. And they had a sale going on, so I ordered, they're from Montreal, Quebec. So I ordered 3 Hiya Toys G.I. Joes. All right, so we got Flint. We got Beachhead, and they call these mini exquisites. So they're like 3 3/4 deluxes, I guess. I do like the artwork. It looks very like Hasbro Big Joe retro cardy. Obviously, Hiya Toys Japanese, right? Oh, sorry, Shanghai, so China. Okay, that makes sense. So we got Flint, Beachhead, and Firefly. So these are the 3 that they had in stock and on sale for 19 bucks a piece. So we decided to give Hiya Toys Joe's a try. I can tell you already, I'm keeping these in the package. The packages just look awesome. And the figures do look pretty good. So Flint, Beachhead, Firefly by Hiya Toys. Also from Toy Snowman, we got 2 just reaction figures by Super 7. These guys are $4 each. And they had different variants. I just ordered 1 of each. So Elite Tactical Assault Cobra Shock Trooper, $4. And G.I. Joe Navy Sailor, $4. And then we were able to add, also from Toy Snowman, to our Classified Series line, number 83 in the collection, which is just the regular Tunnel Rat, who I did not have. I only had Night Force. $12 for Tunnel Rat. And finally coming in from the Toy Snowman as well, we got number 118 in the Classified Series, Metalhead, who I do own already. But I thought that 15 bucks was just too good of a deal to pass up. So we could either repurpose his weapons to someone else, or we could just display him with this helmet versus without, or with this versus without. Yeah, and I must say, Toy Snowman packaging pretty well. I mean, this metalhead box is ripped, but other than that, everything came in great, and the prices I thought were quite fair. I'm probably going to place another order from Toy Snowman as well soon, because they got some more classifieds on sale. And also, waiting on me today when I arrived back from Western Mass from Walmart.com. Shang-Chi, Legend of the Ten Rings, Death Dealer. He's got to build a figure piece. I don't know if you can see that, for Marvel's Mr. Hyde, who we're trying to build. Plus, I thought he was pretty badass. Just could use him in our... He's going to get repurposed for our Cobra Ninja team, right? Because he's obviously the bad guy from Shang-Chi. And I think he looks pretty badass. Death Dealer is one of the most formidable opponents Shang-Chi has ever faced. Because we're trying to build Mr. Hyde. All right, continuing this week's Toy Haul, Trolls Treasures, episode 14, we stopped by the Walmart in Ware, W-A-R-E, Massachusetts, because we saw that they'd had some WWE figures on clearance, like Supreme John Moxley for half price, NWO 3-pack for half price, Monday Night Wars figures for half price, and they were all gone, of course. They had Ricky Starks, Walmart exclusive, half price, also gone, but we were able to find Wookiee Jedi Master Klanaka from Star Wars The Acolyte for $8.49 on clearance. So I thought that was stellar. Didn't want to pay $34, so we were going to long game him. Game wasn't very long, $8.49. Also coming in from the Walmart in Ware, W-A-R-E, Massachusetts, we got Studio Series Captain America, $10.50. The only clearance wrestling figure they had left was Walmart exclusive, Kenny Omega. They had 3 of them for $4.99 each. So I got all 3. Gonna keep one, gonna trade the others. And rounding out the pickups from Walmart and Ware, Massachusetts on Tuesday, May 13th, we got R2-D2, Star Wars Revenge of the Sith on clearance for $15. Not as good of a deal as the others, but I love this packaging. First figure I have in it, gonna keep him in the package. Also stopped by the Yankee flea market yesterday on the 13th of May, and we were able to pick up a bunch of DVDs and Blu-rays, but this is the only toy. We got this Rapid Rollers G.I. Joe, $5 from 2002. Obviously dusty, but we're gonna clean him up. I just thought he was too unique of a toy to leave behind. So Storm Shadow in some kind of tank. It actually says on the back that this is the Hiss tank, but the Hiss tank I thought was black, not blue. But hey, whatever, $5. Wednesday, May 14th, stopped by the Walmart in Whitensville, Massachusetts, and I don't know if this is a good deal or not, but I don't have Leatherhead represented in my Turtles, and I discovered from getting Two Bop Steady and Splinter Skull that I like the Motu Ninja Turtles crossover, so this is going to be my Leatherhead. Also coming in from the Walmart in Whitensville, Shambles, we got Lost Year's Last Ronin Night Watcher Casey Jones. I didn't even know this figure was out. I just thought the Turtles were, but I guess I missed him, and I guess he wasn't popular. But I think he's badass. So we do have Super 7 Casey Jones and the NECA Casey Jones, not the Last Ronin version. So I don't know if he's going to go with my Last Ronin Turtles, which he probably should, or if he's going to go with my random badasses shelf. But I had to add him. And as always, I did second guess myself on a couple of purchases. So we basically exchanged Casey Jones on the dirt bike that we'd bought from the movie, and a wrestling figure that we bought to try to trade, but it didn't work out. So we just took those back, and we got Casey and Leatherhead and some of these other Walmart clearance figs that you saw. All right, Wednesday, May 14th, went back to my local FYE that unfortunately is going out of business, but also provides us with great deals, and got this Dicelings Displacer Beast from Dungeons and Dragons for $2.49. They had transferred most of their remaining action figures out to another FYE apparently, which was unfortunate because I had been getting some huge deals. But we were able to pick that up, and then we picked up 5 reaction figures that range between $1.50 and $2.20 each. So we got Subotai, I guess that's how you say its name, Subotai from Conan the Barbarian. We got Tulsa Doom from Conan the Barbarian. We got Paul Muad'Dib from Dune. And I think I'll probably keep these three. I do have a Dune display. I do have Super 7 Arnold Schwarzenegger's Conan. So we'll just mix these in somehow with those displays. And then we got these two Transformers Beast Wars reactions. Dinobot was $2. Black Arachno was $1.60. We're going to use those as trade fodder, hopefully. And finally, coming in on Wednesday, May 14th from Amazon, we got Masters of the WWE Universe Kane. And so he's our 7th figure in the collection.